Hello, I'm Kasun Tirina Tennapon. My index number is 1916380. Our application name is Dream Mobile. It's a questionnaire based application which takes input from the user by giving them a set of MCQ questions considering their age. After the user successfully finishes the questionnaire, they will be shown a suitable smartphone to buy according to their answers. I have done the server part for this application. First I am going to go through the application for you to get an idea. First I have to run the I have created a UI for the server, and it has the basic functionalities, and it has its own console. It will display the console messages and other related messages to the server in here. So I'm going to start the server, and the server will be started at a given port and a given location, given IP address. And the server, I'm going to show you how the server started. The start server method creates the object of the DB functions class. The DB function class has all the functions used to generate data for the client application. This function has all the this class has all the functions that are used for the client application. And here I'm creating a stub using that remote interface I have created here, and I have implemented that remote interface in the DB functions class. I'm going to explain them later. And I'm creating the RMI server in a given host name and a given port. We can create this RMI server using two PCs also. They have to be in the same Wi-Fi network, and the client app should be started by providing the server's IP address. So thus they will be connected through the IP address and the stub remote interface stubs. So I'm going to go through the application first. This is the main UI. The user will be the client application will be described more thoroughly by the person who did it. I'm just going to go through the functionalities just to get an idea for you. Two sets of questions are displayed for the user. They will be described later. And after user finish the questions, he will be shown a suitable smartphone. After user shown a smartphone, user will be shown a smartphone in the admin panel. The administrator can view analyzed data using charts and like this. For that I have created API connection for quickchart.io, and I have helped the other person Hasini to create this chart, display these charts using a swing worker thread. Now I'm going to describe the DB functions class here. This class I have used a third-party library, MySQL connector.java library for connecting the local database. I'm providing the local database URL here, and the local database is here. It has 4 data tables. The questions table stores all the questions and the answers for the client, and the analytics table stores all the answers provided by the users in here, and the smartphone table stores smartphones for the user for give the user a suitable smartphone response, and the user DB stores all the user data for it. Currently it's storing only the admin data. And I'm printing related messages in the server console. I have created that. When the client requests the answers, I'm displaying it's displayed successfully, and I'm displaying the sent answers here, and like this, and all the other related messages are also shown in here. Sorry. And this get questions method returns a list of questions to the client application. In here I'm executing a query, and I'm getting all the questions data from the database, and I'm storing them to array lists, and I'm storing them all again into a questions generic array list, and I'm sending them back to the client application. And this in save answer method, I'm saving the answers based on the answers count, because sometimes if the user is less than 35 years old, he will be shown 10 answers. In that case, 12 answers will be come into the server, so I have to handle that. And if the user is older user, he will be shown 5 questions. In that case, 5 answers will be come into the server, so I have to save that in here. And also I have 3 data classes. Questions data class stores all the questions and answers data, and it implements the serializable class. It's used to send the data to the client in a serialized way. And the phone data class, this data class has device name, image URL, and specifications URL to send it to the client. And the analytics database is the class used to store users' answers which are taken from the server. I'm sending them back to the client to display in the admin panel. And in the again to the DB functions class, in here the admin login function is next. This function verifies the username and password with the server and returns true or false based on the SQL query response, whether it's true or not. And the get only answers method returns all the answers regarding to the given columns. It means if the client wants the answers for OS only, he can get them using get only answers function. And in here the get chart method, I have used a third-party library, JSON simple 1.1.jar. I have used this library to create a JSON object which is needed to send to the quickchart.io server. I have followed tutorials to create this, create the HTTP request and to create the JSON body. I have created the JSON object using a few JSON objects and a few JSON arrays. This is created according to the quickchart.io's documentation. And after I have created the JSON object. I'm sending it to the quickchart.io server. After I'm receiving the response of the created chart, I'm taking the JSON object of URL and sending it back to the client. Then the client shows the regarding image of the chart using a string worker to the client, to the user. The client will display the chart image to the user. And the getItemsCount method returns a count of any kind of column name and given column name and the item name. If I get an example, it can return how many users are there in the OS column regarding the iOS platform. So it will the user will send the column name as OS and the item name as iOS. So this method will return how many iOS users are there in the column OS. This is used to create the data for quickchart.io chart creation. This method is called times to get the related data using to generate the chart. Client is doing those things, and he's sending the stored data back to the server again to generate the chart, the label names, the values, and the chart type and the heading. And this final method, getMatch method, this method returns matching smartphone for the user considering the camera, RAM, price, and the OS. That's all.